There's a second body that was found in the trunk of a car the day after they found Celeste's body.
And that breaking news is out of South LA for the second time in just 2 days. We're following the discovery of a body that was found in a car, this car right here, in a local tow yard. Good evening once again, everyone. I'm Colleen Williams.
And I'm Michael Brownlee. That discovery made here in South LA, it's not related to that body found inside of a Tesla in Hollywood yesterday. This one was found in a burned out Honda Civic.
I looked at the house on Google, and what happens when I look up on Google? There's Tesla. Right there. You see it. Welcome back to Fugitive TV. I'm Ray Marcel, where we look at these cases and I give you my point of view and my perspective because I was once in that criminal underworld. So I kind of know a lot of things that a lot of people don't know. But right now, what we're going to talk about is we're going to give you an update on David. No, he did not get arrested. Unfortunately, I know we're all waiting for that, right? But we're going to get into some things that I've been doing some digging. I've been doing some research and I found some connections. All right. I found some stuff going on. So for one, there's people saying that David has been going into Fortnite, still playing these games. And then not only that, he's been blocking certain people. He's been unfollowing people. And he's also been deleting messages and TikToks and things like that in real time.
Currently deleting his TikToks, deleting posts from his YouTube channel, his Reddit, and his managers are even deleting messages from his disgusting Discord server. It looks like they're trying to hide evidence, delete it.
As in, there's a person that's been on his TikTok and was refreshing and seeing things that's being deleted. So people are wondering if he's deleting messages, because it could be evidence used against him.
It looks like they're trying to hide evidence, delete it, get rid of it before the police come and arrest him. So if we go onto Reddit here, we can see this guy went onto his TikTok, he went onto this post, he refreshes it and it's gone. So David's deleting TikToks right as we speak. And there's more. His admin is deleting messages from his Discord server. Here, this guy called Xerxify, deleting a bunch of messages. Now, the thing is, this doesn't really do much because Discord still have access to everything on like the backlog or whatever it's called. So all the police have to do is ask Discord for all the messages and they will send them. Now, this is probably another reason why it's taken so long for David to be arrested. They're probably going through tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of messages from his Discord server, trying to find evidence, make a timeline, stuff like that.
So there's a second body that was found in the trunk of a car the day after they found Celeste's body. They're not really talking about this much. Now, you did hear it. The news covered it, but it kind of just vanished. You don't really hear a follow-up or nothing.
Yes, discovered inside a vehicle at another tow yard, this one in South LA. Authorities have identified that car as a 27 Honda registered to a Soledad Lopez.
Yeah, and Phil, how strange is that? The chief of detectives here for LAPD just briefing us, telling us that car, that Honda, tied to a missing persons investigation. So they track it down. At first, though, it was found abandoned in South Central LA. Let's get to it. To the video we go. Check it. We're talking about this city tow lot. It's over on the 1900 block, Gage Ave, South LA, down there by St. Andrew's Place, if you're familiar with that area. Under the tents there, that's that Honda. The rear of it, the trunk is area burnt. That is where they find the body, human remains. The investigators saying they're not saying even if it's a man or a woman, they're waiting for the coroner's office and investigators there to get in. But the entire area is sealed off after this grisly discovery. And then it comes to be found that it's tied to a missing persons investigation. And that car itself was found abandoned a few days ago over in South Central LA.
Well, I started doing a little digging like I'm known to doing. And so this lady was found in the trunk of a Honda Civic, a blue Honda Civic. The car was burnt, set on fire by the trunk. They towed it to the yard and the fire department didn't bother, I guess, looking in the trunk. But anyway, the car got towed to a tow yard. Come to find out, there was a body in the trunk. And guess what? This body is linked to another missing woman. Another missing woman. She was found a day after Celeste.
Our Department of Transportation identified a vehicle in the South Central area of Los Angeles that was identified as being burned and abandoned on the roadway. Our missing persons unit investigators continued on an investigation that led them to identify that vehicle at the official police garage. During their follow-up investigation, they determined that human remains were in the trunk area of the vehicle that had sustained fire damage.
So now live to bring you up to speed on all of this. The investigation is wide open. Missing persons case. They know that car is tied to it. They don't know yet if the human remains in the trunk, the burnt out area of the trunk, is tied to that investigation itself. So still a lot of unanswered questions. But Phil, certainly, as the chief was saying, it's a coincidence. Both of these missing persons, I should say, both of these cars that were found at the tow lots the last couple of days, bodies in the trunk, well, they're not connected. Just a coincidence at this point.
And the reason why they know it was linked to another missing woman is because some sort of way the family, I guess, tracked the car. I don't know what, they're not saying too much, but the family tracked the car to the tow yard. And then when the car is at the tow yard, they said, hey, we got to look at the car. And they called the police, and come to find out this lady is in the trunk. Now, they're not saying if that lady is the missing woman. Now, the missing woman is supposedly Soledad Lopez. I tried looking her up everywhere. I could not find anything on a Soledad Lopez. I could not. But I guess the car is registered to her, but they're not saying if the body is her. I don't know. It's very odd, right? That Celeste gets found one day, and then the very next day another lady gets found in the trunk. And check this out. It took me a while, but I found the exact address of the house, right? Found the exact address of the house. I put the address in Google, and then I put the address of where that car was found, because it tells you in the news where the car was found. And guess what? Now, I'm showing you this map. Now, this map is also during traffic time. In California, it's probably around 6:30, 7 o'clock, probably 6:30 p.m. right now in California, around LA. So it's traffic time. But it is showing you that it is around 30-something minutes away. When I put this in the map earlier, when I first found this out, I just didn't record it. It was 20 minutes away. So his house is only 30-something minutes away in traffic from where the second lady's car was found that was missing. Now, I'm not saying that he did this, and I'm not saying anybody in his camp did this. I just found it odd and a coincidence that one day Celeste gets found in an abandoned car, supposedly. And then the second day, this lady gets found in a car that caught on fire. And they're close to each other. Like I said, without traffic, it's 20 minutes. And one thing I found it odd that we're really not talking about it is, you know how the Tesla got towed? They said it was supposedly abandoned, but it was right by the house. The one thing I find kind of odd is the neighbors said they always saw the car. The neighbors said, hey, we always saw the Tesla. So if they always saw the Tesla, what neighbor say you got to tow this car because it's been abandoned? Hey, what neighbor said you got to tow this car because it's abandoned if this car is always there? I don't know. I just got questions. I got a lot of questions. They're not saying what neighbor called and had the car towed. I'm just wondering who did that.
An agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego, and the story of the manga went like I was a detective and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden. And he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as a detective. So like when I was as a detective, I'd be like solving murders that I'm committing myself.
Now, one person he deleted was Gus. So here's the funny situation. Now, in one of my prior videos, there's a conversation that happens with Celeste's brother and another kid. And the kid's asking Celeste's brother, hey, this is your sister, such and such, blah, blah, blah. And then he starts talking about a guy named Gus. And then they start saying that Gus was unalived. And then the kid asked, do you think David had anything to do with it? And Celeste's brother really didn't know. So he didn't really say much. So ever since then, people have been wondering who this person Gus is. Who is Gus? Is Gus really a real person that got unalived and things like that? And not only that, there's also messages where Celeste even was talking about a person named Gus. Now, in one of my prior videos, I brought up Celeste's messages. I didn't read them all because some of them I didn't feel comfortable with reading because she was talking about her sex life with David. But in those messages, because I didn't really read it because I didn't want to get into that, is kind of disgusting if you ask me. She's young, 13, 12 years old or whatever. I want to read that stuff. But I went and read it, and she's also talking about a Gus. Her friend asked her, is she going to, she's pretty much had sexual relations with Gus. So is this the same Gus the kid was talking about to Celeste's brother? Are these two the same Gus? And if this is the same Gus, what happened to him? Is he unalived? Is David connected with this person? Did David find out who Gus is? What's going on? There's a lot of what's going on when it comes to who this person is. I tried to do a lot of digging. I really couldn't find much on him or anything like that. So I don't want to show any pictures of anybody else's Instagram and things like that if I'm not sure. But there was one Instagram that he did delete. I should say that David deleted or blocked, and it was a person named Gus. I don't know. It's very, very weird. And then not only that, we're going to talk about his manager. So David's manager. And the reason why we're talking about his manager is because if you guys don't know, David's house was raided, right? So David's house was raided. The police went in there and they, took evidence. They went in there looking for DNA samples. They took devices and everything else. But the house that David was staying in, his manager is actually renting the house. David's manager is actually renting that house. So not David, the manager is. So that's where, remember, the Tesla was found right by the house. Now, neighbors did say that they would see the Tesla parked here, sometimes down the street, sometimes in the driveway, things like that. I looked at the house on Google, and what happens when I look up on Google? There's Tesla right there. You see it. So that's the same Tesla, most likely, that Celeste was found in. Then if you keep going up a little further, there's a blue Tesla. And if you look closely, it looks like that Tesla has never been moved. Look at all the leaves in the bag. I don't even think it's been moved in so long. But it's kind of funny, right? Now, that Tesla, if you look at the date, was parked from that Google photo. That was May 2024. Celeste went missing, I believe it was April 2024. So January, February, March, April, May. So a month after she went missing, that Tesla was there parked and the Google Maps caught it. So very odd, right? That's the same Tesla that's sitting there. But his manager, so the manager, he's actually managing other artists. One of his other artists is a rapper named Little Mosey. Little Mosey, I would play the song, but I'm going to get copyright and they're going to take it down, right? So I can't play the song, but he's got a song called Blueberry Fango. The song was very popular maybe about 4 years ago. It was kind of popular. It was blowing up. I actually thought this kid was going to blow up. Never did. Kind of vanished. I wonder what happened to him. Well, come to find out after doing some digging, Little Mosey was accused of raping somebody.
You have been going through a lot. You were found not guilty, second degree, early this month. Talk about this ordeal, because it's been a 2-year whole thing for you. How have you mentally been dealing with the whole process?
Well, I mean, it's been tough. It's definitely been tough mentally. I kind of just had to rebuild my whole life. It sucks, to have something like that be attached to my name.
Now, Little Mosey did get found not guilty. He took it to trial. He got found not guilty. So we have to go what the court says. The court says he's not guilty, so Lil Mosey is not guilty, right? But I thought it was kind of odd that the manager, whose the manager's name is Josh, that Josh is managing Little Mosey. Mosey gets in trouble for, something like that. And he's also managing David. And now look at the situation that David's in. So is this person going to try and get David out the situation too? I'm not saying he got Mosey out. I'm not saying that Mosey got found out guilty. Maybe he didn't do it. The court said he didn't do it, right? But as I was digging, I found that and I was like, wow, is this a coincidence? I mean, what's going on? Does the manager really know stuff that he is not saying? And then not only that, the neighbors also said that somebody was in the house before the car was towed. So who was in the house? Was it the manager? Now, I did find out that he was not on tour with Little Mosey. He was not on tour with David while David was on tour. So where was he at then? And what was he doing? It's very odd, very weird.
Verified footage from June 27, 2024 possibly shows her backstage at one of David's concerts wearing Hello Kitty sandals matching her missing poster description, suggesting she was alive and well after her initial disappearance report.
I'm just surprised they ain't made no arrest yet. I don't know about you guys, but I ain't surprised they ain't made no arrest yet. Now, there was some articles floating around on Facebook, and I seen it about how infant remains are found next to the house. I tried looking to see if there was an actual source to back that information up. I could not find a source. So I don't know if I can believe that or not, because if that was the case, I think that somebody would be in jail in handcuffs right now if they did find infant, remains on ground, because now that is a charge. Somebody's getting arrested, so I don't know if I believe that one. We'll have to wait to find out. I just could not find a reliable source that backed that information up. So as soon as I find out any more updates, I'm going to let you guys know, and I'm going to keep doing my digging and keep doing my research over here. And if you guys have any comments, if I missed anything, if y'all have any information, because you guys helped me out. Some of the information I got was from comments that was left on the last video. So I took those comments and I started doing my own research. So if you guys have anything, let me know. Make sure you comment below, like and subscribe. Stay tuned, because I'm going to keep you guys updated. This is Fugitive TV, and I'm out.